Okay, I'm sorry, people. I did that whole second muted. I forgot to turn my mic on in my pocket. So, Kevin, can you hear me now? Well, I can't go back to it because I got my young friend waiting next on waiting next to come up. So I do apologize. You know what? It's Karl DeMasi. Always making errors on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Sound Garden stage. I got the producer from the other show here on the Coach's Corner Network, Lawrence Bennett. And you know what? I'm the producer of my show. I guess I got to get him to come on here. I'm not blaming it on you. I didn't have my mic on in the first segment. Oh, boy. You want to talk about a blooper? Go watch the show. You're not going to hear me talking. You're going to hear my mouth move. But anyway, it's great to be here. I'm Karl DeMasi. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, brought to you by Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And this is where we get into my first segment, 4 Quarters with the Coach. This is where I ask my first guest 4 questions about what's going on in his life or what's going on in his career, and it's always a lot of fun. And now this next guy, okay, I got to honor him, okay? He's a Savannah baseball legend, all right? With over 500 career wins, 4 Georgia High School State Association championships, a dozen of players who've gone on to college and pro ball. Okay, his impact on the game and the Savannah community is unmatched. Okay, recently he was just named to the Greater Savannah Athletic Hall of Fame Citation Award. Okay, my mic's on. I got a thumbs up. My mic's on for everybody. I want to get him on to reflect on his incredible career and his contribution to baseball in Savannah, Georgia. So always on the hot seat when he comes on my show, the man himself, Greater Savannah Athletic Hall of Fame athlete inductee in the class of 2005, the man, Coach Kevin Farmer. How's it going, Kevin?
Great, Karl. How are you doing?
Well, I just did a whole second without my microphone on, so how do you think I'm doing?
Well, I was watching. I was trying to read your lips. You were just talking to the back. I couldn't figure it all out.
Hold on. Let me put on my other headphone here because we got a lot of people out here in the sound guard. Matter of fact, it's BC Lacrosse that's out here.
Oh, my goodness. They have we have senior night here at the park, and I get there and shake hands with all those seniors that are finishing up their career here. So it's a busy day out here.
Well, Kevin, you've had a great career. You're a Savannah boy yourself. You're getting inducted as a Citation Award winner in the class of 2025 for the Greater Savannah Athletic Hall of Fame. Coach, congratulations on your induction. I mean, it's got to be an honor. And for you, what does this mean to you personally and professionally, being around this game for so long and being a product of Savannah baseball?
It just means a lot. I'm very honored, and it means a lot to family. So I'm just blessed to be able to be recognized, put into that Savannah Hall of Fame with all the other citations as well as athletes from the Savannah area. And it's just a blessing, and I look forward to the event coming May 5th, and hopefully we'll have former coaches and players coming so I can share a few stories and give credit where it's due. You got to have a great coaching staff with you. You have a lot of talent to play those games for you to win those games. Very truly blessed.
Well, I remember way back when the coach started my career down here in Savannah, Georgia, and I was coaching. I was umpiring, and I had some guy coaching some Cal Ripken team that was on the wall here, and a young buck like you. And we got into a couple of discussions, not arguments, discussions. But you know what? I respected you, and watching you grow as a coach was unbelievable. I know 1992 class of 1992 at BC, just something special. So over 21 years, 500 wins. What are some of the biggest lessons you learned throughout your coaching career? Not what the kids learned. I want to know what Kevin Farmer learned.
Oh, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from those times that came that's on the board at coach from the great Herb Hudson, who played at Savannah with the Cubs. We were playing in Winchester, Virginia, for Southeast Regional for Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken League, and Herb was talking to. We walled the bases loaded 3 times out of an inning. And I'll never forget that. So those are some of us were playing great coaching stuff. One with Mickey Vance, the first half of Richmond Golf, I coach bands, and the French coaching with all those great coaches.
Yeah, Herb Hudson. He was a great mentor for you. I know that. So something special. So all right, quarter number 3. All right, you're the man. You're the OG now. Okay, what advice would you give young or first-year coaches who are just starting out in high school baseball or even youth baseball?
Oh, I mean, listen, the biggest thing is to teach the kids the fundamentals of the game, but also teach them things that can help them apply it to life in general, whether it's, moving on to middle school or youth baseball or high school baseball. You always want to teach the game, but you want to teach them life lessons as well that they can carry on and carry over so they can be quality young men in the future, great husbands, so it's just teach them life lessons as well.
So you started your career at Calvary Day School. You wound up finishing at your alma mater, BC. You've had so many big moments in your career, state championships, college signings, guys going on to play pro baseball, minor league baseball.
But what would you say is your most memorable moment in that coaching career for Kevin Farmer?
I tell you what, the way Georgia High School does baseball championships now is you have to go to that neutral site. We had a taste of that 1 year. Carter Holton pitching for us. We had to go play in stadiums. But the two memorable state championships were one, Calvary Day School beating Mount Perrin at Bethesda Field. Having that celebration in front of all those Savannah people there, not only Calvary people, but BC people, everybody was there supporting. And then the second state championship at Grayson Stadium, was wonderful, great support, great turnout where we beat Berrien. And so those are the, greatest two moments I think I've, recalled were those state championships in Savannah, in my hometown, in front of all of the fans that supported those schools.
Well, you've done it. We got people checking in. We got, of course, the producer. Good evening, Coach DeMasi. I wish you would have told me, good evening, Coach DeMasi. Your mic's not on, but I'll get him back for that one. But and then, of course, David Kelly, Coach Kelly, checking in. I thought my Bluetooth was acting up. And then the last one is, good seeing you, Coach. Miss seeing you on the diamond.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I missed it. I've been going to some games, watching my brother coach at Bryan County. In fact, I'm going to go there and watch tomorrow night. Been picking games here and there at BC to go watch and see, and there's still some good baseball going on in the area. I would love to see Savannah make some upgrades to those youth fields around here to bring other tournaments down here. And baseball be a pride in Savannah in the future.
All right. I said 4 questions. I got one more. What's going to be like Monday night, May 5th, when they call Kevin Farmer up to the podium?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of thank yous go out to everybody who supported me, even through those years at Chain, all the way those years at Richmond Hill High School, Bryan County High School, Calvary Day School, and now here at BC. It's just a lot of thank yous, and especially thank you in support of my family, my wife, my daughter Emma, for all the years that they sacrificed me being on the diamond, and not being at home. But the last 2 years have been nice. As my daughter graduates high school this May, and she'll move on to college. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll get back on that diamond.
Never say never. Just like General MacArthur said, he'll never stop. He'll return.
Never say never. That's right.
Well, Kevin, congratulations. I've loved watching you grow as a young coach, coaching the youth teams and going throughout high school. You've done a great job. You deserve it. Consistency, teaching those young men how to be young men, how to be good citizens. You've done a great job. Can't wait to see you get that plaque on May 5th. And all I can say is thanks for coming on. You've always been a person or a coach that never turned me down, and I really do appreciate that. And I don't know what to tell you, but some baseball team needs somebody like you on that field.
I appreciate it, Carl, and you do a great job with that. And the right thing as coaches, doing it for the kids. The kids need those recognition as well. So thank you for all you do as well.
Hold it, we got one more question. It's going to come through. There it is. Coach Farmer, question: what is the best moment of your coaching career?
Oh man, I'd have to go back to one of those state championships at home in Savannah, at Bethesda Field and Brian Parker Field for the Benedictine Cadets. Man, that was something for to play for a state championship, but also coming back and winning a state championship for your alma mater means a lot.
All right, Kevin, appreciate it. I'll see you in May 5th.
All right, girl. See you there. Have a good one.
Congratulations again. It was well deserved.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
You too. I mean, my son played for him. Another coach I would have my son play for again. Played for him at Calvary Day School. The kids loved him. He got those kids over the hump, and my son's team's always in the state. I think my son's teams both made it to the state semifinals, and just good leadership, good coaching over there at Calvary Day School. He was there. He went over to BC, took it over. First championship since 1961, I think it was. Pretty special. So once again, Kevin Farmer, class of 2025, the greatest Savannah Athletic Hall of Fame. He deserves it. Over 500 wins. Matter of fact, 517 wins, 157 losses, and 2 ties. 4 state championships, Calvary 2, Benedictine 2, 2 state runner-ups, just something special, okay? Other than that, next up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man has been burning up the golf courses here in Savannah, back-to-back Savannah High School City Championship winner, low medalist. He's going to come on soon and tell us about his senior year, what he might be doing later on. He'll be joining us from the Habersham School, Braden Schnaible. Okay, I just make sure I get that. Schnaible. I want to make sure I get that correct. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Hold on, Braden. We'll be right back. Talking some golf with you. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm really doing good. That's the intro. Here's the commercials.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, it's the coach. It's April 16th. I'm having a lot of fun. I know I'm ripping myself apart here. The first segment, I forgot to turn my mic on, but my next guest, hopefully you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, Braden. Okay, he can hear me, so I want to make sure we got him on. But let me tell you about my next guest. It's the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Always one of my favorite parts of the show. This is where we bring on the good kids. And like I said, it's been scrolling the whole show. You got a sports story, you got a high school sports story, you got a sports story related to Savannah, Georgia? Email me, KDeMasi at prepsportsport.com. You got an athlete of the week, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I've been doing this since 2010, people. That's right. I've been having a Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week since 2010. That's 15 years. I just amazed at how quick it's gone. And, you know, Jason Krieger texted me early in the show. He could have told me my mic was off. You know, you look old, coach. I am old. As the kids started calling me at Islands High School, the OG, Coach DeMasi. But anyway, so we're going to be joined by one of the top high school golfers in Savannah. Okay, this Habersham senior is a two-time Savannah City champion. Okay, a Georgia Association of Private and Parochial School state champion. He was the Savannah Morning News Golfer of the Year last year. He's been on a tear this season, pick up wins all over Georgia. I'm excited to talk about him. He's joining us on the Coach's Corner Heights hot seat. This year's Savannah City champion, or back-to-back Savannah City champion, GATS champion, okay, Braden Schnaible. Braden, how's it going?
Coach DeMasi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Am I getting that last name right?
Schnaible's perfect. Yes, sir.
Okay, because I tend to butcher names too, like forgetting to turn on my microphone. But once again, congratulations. I mean, you're having a great year. You played well. 69 at Bacon Park a week and a half ago, and I wish I could shoot a 99 at Bacon Park, but I can't even do that. But it's a lot of fun watching you, and congratulations on what you've been doing so far this year.
Thank you.
So every athlete starts somewhere. So tell people, when did you first start playing golf, and what got you interested in the game like golf? Because it's frustrating. Hey, anytime I get out and play, I love it. I don't get frustrated anymore, but it's frustrating for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I first started playing really when I was first time I had a golf in my hand. I was maybe 2 or 3. My dad got me a plastic set of clubs for Christmas one year, and I just swung around the house with them. But that's really where I got started. But then I got really more interested once I realized, there's a career in golf. Being able to do what I've always loved to do every day and be able to make a pretty good living out of it has always made me interested in it. And golf's really hard, so anytime I can challenge myself, that's always what I try to do. It's why I like golf. So
you can get paid pretty well. I mean, I've been a big follower of Brian Harmon since way back when, and he walked away with the Valero Open with like $1.7 million.
Yeah.
I mean, not too shabby for 4 days worth of work playing a game that you love, right?
Yep.
All right. So playing a game you loved, you're having a great season, back-to-back Savannah City High School championships. What does that mean to you? What does it say about your golf game, and what does that championship mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely means a lot to me, especially this year, being my senior year. Last year, it really seemed to me almost just like another event that we play. But this year, having won it last year, and having, I'm not able to play any more high school events after this, and that event, I was telling my dad, before the season started, I really want to win this one again, just because I'll never have a chance to do it again. So it meant a lot, especially since, I hit the ball well. The 69, great score, but it doesn't even reflect how well I hit the ball that day. Hit 17 greens that day, I believe, and hitting the ball good. So it definitely feels good to win that one. That was highlighted on my calendar at the start of the year for sure.
And you're only eagled hole 10. I mean, so tell us about that eagle.
Yeah, so it's a shorter par 5, and I pulled my driver a little bit, and I had a little bit of tree trouble, and I hit my iron over the trees, little draw, and it went to maybe 2.5 feet. Definitely best shot of the day for sure, and it's really cool. Dennis Knight got to see me hit that one, and we got to talk about it a little bit, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was definitely the highlight of the day. So got my round definitely on the right track.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You've had some big wins this season so far, right?
Not so much this season. We've only played, a handful of high school events, but I won a few last high school season for sure.
So that's what I want to make sure. So tell me about winning. I think it was the Greg Wolf and the Statesboro Blue Devil Classic, which is coming up next weekend, right?
Yep. Yeah. We have to defend next week. Personally myself, but then also my team. We got a team win last year. First Habersham golf team win, so we're proud of that. So we got that coming up. But then last year I played at the Greg Wolf and the Blue Devil and won both those by 1. And I'm playing against a bunch of good schools. The one in Metter, I was playing against the main one from here in Savannah is Benedictine, and playing against all their players and coming out on top, especially on a tough course like it was, feels good. And then the Blue Devil Invitational, that was right at the end of the season, so it felt good to get off on a good note before state, where I played good there too.
Nice, nice. Hey, I'll get to see you next week at Statesboro. I got to take the girls team from St. Vincent's over there, so I got to make sure
Oh,
I can
great.
find out what hole you're on, so I get to see you again. Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
I look forward to that.
So from last year to this year, okay, what part of your game do you feel has improved the most since last year's season?
So I would definitely say my my iron play. I would say from 120 yards more like a wedge, but even from 120 to about 180 yards, I've really improved, and I'm hoping that's going to translate to a lot of tournaments, especially at the Blue Devil Invitational, where it's a little bit of a longer course. So if I can get those irons close, that'd be great. But that part of my game's definitely improved. The rest of my game, it's golf. It's always a battle, but my irons have definitely been improving over the last year.
As long as it doesn't get between the ears, you're okay. You know that.
Yep, that's the hard part right there.
Yeah, it's the biggest part right there.
Yeah.
So as far as I feel, but if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. Braden Schnaible from the Habersham School, and he's been one of the top young golfers in this area for the past 3 or 4 years. So how do you stay focused when you're competing against, like you said, the teams like Statesboro, the teams like BC? How do you stay focused? Because it is, like you said, a mental sport too.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I play a lot of events outside the high school season as well. So in the summertime and the fall, we play. Me and Benedictine and Country Day and teams like that. We play a lot of the same events. So I'm used to seeing this same face all the time. So once it comes to the high school season, it seems just like another tournament.
Well, didn't you just in March win a big event outside high school golf? Or was it February?
In March, I didn't win the event, but I played fairly solid in the Corn Ferry Club Car Championship qualifier.
There you go.
Didn't qualify, but played pretty good there. But I'm haven't won an event outside of high school season yet this season, but we'll see where it takes me. I'm feeling good about the summer. So,
do you have to get invited to the Corn Ferry qualifier?
For the qualifier, it's really about they'll check your past tournaments you've played in around the area, or even nationally. Because a lot of those guys come from across the country. But you don't have to play a qualifying event for the qualifier like you do for the PGA Tour. But they do check to make sure that you're not going to go out there and shoot a 90. But yeah.
Hey, what about that young golfer at the Masters? He shot a 90 and came back, shot a 72. So
yeah, it's a good story. It's a good lesson for me and pretty much any other player. We all have bad days, and that was probably the worst days ever gonna have in his career. And on the biggest stage. So being able to see him, stick through it, finish around, and then come back the next day and shoot under par, it's a good lesson for everybody.
All right, we got a question from my man, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin', the other show here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, producer Bennett. Braden, congratulations for a great season. Keep it up. Who were you rooting for at the Masters? And also, what is your favorite club in the bag?
I would say at the Masters, I was actually rooting for Rory McIlroy. So I was thrilled with that finish. Throughout the season, I'm always a pretty big Rory fan, but Masters week, I think I would say 90% of all golfers are rooting for him, just because what he's been through on the golf course, and seeing him get that Grand Slam is really nice. But then favorite club in the bag.
But before you
yes,
say
sir.
club,
Yes, sir.
the gallery over here is yelling at me. You cannot say putter. He's yelling you putt like it.
If you had asked me, a couple years ago, it would have been putters up here and the rest of the clubs are down here somewhere. I was definitely short game used to be my specialty, but I would still say short game's my strength. But I have a 54 degree that's bent to a 55. And using that around the greens and wedges, that's by far my favorite club in the bag now.
Using those wedges, yeah, it takes a talent to use those wedges because they can save you a lot or they could hurt you. So, all right, so great career so far, and we haven't heard much about your college plans. So, tell us about your college plans and what are you going to do during the summer? Because there's a lot of junior golf. There's that Georgia Amateur coming up. Tell us college plans and what you're going to do during the summer.
So I'm not yet committed to a college. I'm still weighing my options. Last summer I definitely didn't have my best golf. And a lot of the schools that were initially interested in me joining their golf team, they kind of they fell off the radar a little bit, which it's part of it. I mean, I went through a tough time in my golf game, but so I'm not yet committed. I'm in between a few schools, which I talked to a few people, and really what we've kind of decided is that until I've fully committed to one school, I'm not gonna name drop the schools I'm interested in.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna play in college. And with how it is now with the transfer portal, you can go and play somewhere, and hopefully I like the school I'm at. But you can, if you're playing good, you can find a big school to play at too. Um,
Nice.
yeah, but then
Now, what about this summer? You got that Georgia amateur coming up.
Yep. So yeah, this summer I'm making my schedule now. But I'm actually just yesterday I signed up for the Georgia Amateur Qualifier up in Griffin, Georgia, I believe. And so
Nice.
I'm gonna get ready for that, and hopefully have a big summer. I've picked up a new coach last fall, so we've been working together, and hopefully it'll keep the good golf up this summer.
Well, golf, for like any sport, basketball, baseball, you got to travel and you got to have the family support. So tell us about how playing golf, your family support has helped you during this, I guess, growing stage of being a young golfer. How has your family helped you get through this?
My family, if I didn't have the parents I have, I wouldn't even be able to attempt golf. We aren't the typical we don't have the typical financial situation of a golf family, but I have parents that both work really hard and still that drive into me, and they do really everything in their power to be able to allow me to continue my golfing dreams. Kind of like the story that of Rory McIlroy's parents this past weekend. All the stories of his dad doing what he did to be able to help Rory, be able to support Rory, and you can see kind of where that took him. So I'm really blessed to have the parents I do.
Yeah, there were a lot of those stories. The one that sticks out the most when his father told him he only had enough money for 30 balls for him to go hit, and I mean, great story. Yeah, not everybody is that in that financial stage or financial situation, and parents make do what they got to do to get their kids where they got to go, and your parents have done a great job because you're on your way there, buddy. All right, now we got to ask about the Habersham school, playing on the Habersham golf team. How has it helped you grow as a player, playing team golf?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that I think will help me, once I get out to college golf, because every other tournament that we play throughout the year, it's all individual. And while golf's still individual, it's once you get into college, there's definitely a team aspect to it, and you feel the pressure from yourself, but then also you want to do good for your teammates. You don't want to let them down. So I think that when it comes to a golfing standpoint, it's definitely helped me out quite a bit. Just from being able to experience that added pressure and that team, also that team environment though. Throughout our practices and everything, being able to bond as a team, I think that'll definitely help me once I go out to college.
All right, last question. Okay, young golfer comes into Habersham, or a young golfer out there, first tee or wherever you're playing, and they come up to you and they want to ask you about your career and how's it going. What advice would you give that young golfer who wants to compete at a high level or at the highest level, or the level that you're trying to get to?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of with every sport and everything you do in life. Hard work really is the key. You can't always choose where you're born, who your family is, what facilities you have, but you got to make do with what you have. So that's kind of the same with every sport, but especially with golf. And then also work hard, but while you're younger, still got to have fun on the course. So, it can be definitely exhausting. And everybody goes through it, but the more you can have fun on the course, especially when you're younger, it will definitely pay off.
Nice. Well, you know what, Braden, I enjoyed watching you for the 5 holes that I stayed with Dennis over at the Savannah City High School Championship. I mean, I appreciate you coming on and talking about it. It's been awesome hearing about your success on the course, off the course, and how you're trying to get there. Best of luck wrapping up your high school season. I know you still got the GAPS Championship sectionals going on, the summer tour, and finding a place where you wind up in college. But keep it up. I know Savannah will be rooting for you. And once again, keep swinging, hitting them straight. And, remember, your putter is your best club in your bag.
All right. Thank you for having me on. Do appreciate it.
Congratulations, and let us know what happens after this summer. But I'll see you up at Statesboro.
Sounds good. See you then.
I mean, fine young man, well-spoken. You can tell that he works hard. Winning back-to-back Savannah City championships is something special. Hold it, we might have another question here, but I think my okay, so I'll get to those in a couple of seconds. But you can tell Braden is confident. I watched him play 5 holes over at the Savannah City championship, and he has he has the tools. It's there. He just got to get a break somewhere. And he's got the Georgia Amateur coming up. He's got the end of this school year. Might be the Savannah Morning News Golfer of the Year again. You never know. So we'll wait and see. But I wish him the best of luck. And he's a pretty good golfer. I can tell you that. I watched him. So got to thank him for coming on. Just like I got to thank Kevin Farmer for joining me on tonight. The guests are what drive the show. And even though I do make some mistakes, I bumble and stumble sometimes. This is what it's all about. Athletes like Braden Schnaible. It's great to give them the publicity, the recognition they deserve. All right, Karl's Corner. I know Lawrence likes me wrapping this up with Karl's Corner. That's where I end the show with something about sports that's going on in sports, okay? And I got to go. I know I'm going to mess up his name. Nico Imaleva, the quarterback from Tennessee. Everybody's hating on this kid. Everybody is hating on this kid. Last day of spring football practice, he doesn't go. But it's not Nico that we should be upset with. It's the system we should be upset with. Growing up, like I say, I joke around, but I am an old guy. Oh, I grew up where getting a college scholarship was the greatest thing in the world. You didn't think about getting the extra benefits, the extra money. That started happening during the late 80s, 90s. We got to give I agree with you. These kids need some financial support. But now we got name, image, likeness. So we got all these companies throwing money into the bucket, and it's like a carrot in front of the horse. Who's going to give me the most money? You know what? The whole college amateur sports system has changed. So here you go. You got Nico, who wants more money. I think from what I read or from what I heard, he was getting like $2.4 million and a college scholarship. How many kids would die for a college scholarship? Not pay college tuition, not get student loans, not depend on financial need. And then they throw money on top of it. But then you look at another young man who played quarterback at a school we all love. Well, I'm a fan. You're a fan. If you're not a fan, I'm sorry, but Georgia Bulldogs. Carson Beck goes to Miami and gets $4 million. $4 million. He's going to enter the NFL draft, but then he pulls it out because he's not guaranteed $4 million. I think the highest rookie salary in the NFL, and text me if I'm wrong, please text me if I'm wrong, is like $900,000. He's got Lamborghinis. His girlfriend's got Mercedes. It's the system. It's not the kids. It's the system. It's out of control. It needs to be controlled. We need to go to some sort of collective bargaining. We need to put a cap on the college football teams. Now, I never thought I'd be saying this. I never thought I would be saying this, but it's the system, if you ask me. It's not the players. You know what? The players have every right to get what they get, to want what they want. But it's got to be controlled. It's out of hand. So on that note, we'll see what happens. And I wish Nico the best of luck. Okay? And, I do give Coach Heupel a lot of credit. You don't want to be here? We don't want you here. If it's all about the money, we don't need you. I mean, I'm pretty impressed by what that coach did, too. All right, that's another soapbox I can get onto. I'm glad you could join me. We got a couple of comments here. Dennis Kessler. Where you been, Dennis? What happened to the Braves? You know what? It's still early in the season. Like I tell the Braves fans every year when I used to do my other show, Who's on First Base with the fanatic Kyle Lawson, it's still early. It's still early. It's only April. We can get it to May. Hypothetically, say they play 25 games. They can win 20 games. And everything's going to change around. don't jump ship yet. It's still early. That's how I feel. It's still early. I appreciate you love the show. Like I said, the #1 fan, and he has to get this in. You got it. You got it, Dennis. Go Cavs. Big Cavalier fan. Like I said, you go to the games, check him out. He's got his purple shirt on, his purple Cavalier hat with his purple feather. You got to check him out. Thanks for checking in, Dennis. I know I switched to Wednesday night. Got kind of tough, but I'm glad you could join me. So on that note, another great show. I will correct or try to fix the first part of the show. And once again, whether you join me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I do appreciate you checking in. Tell me you watch the show. Go subscribe to the show, okay? That would help me out too. I mean, the more followers I get, the bigger the show can get right there. So don't forget to subscribe to Karl DeMasi YouTube channel. Karl DeMasi YouTube channel. So on that note, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. And until I see you next week, may it be your best week ever. God bless. Say a prayer for all these things that are going on in this crazy world. It's always a lot of fun. And hopefully for 55 minutes, I took your mind off of life's crazy things that are going on in your life right there. So I'll be back next Wednesday. Once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Talk to you later. Peace out.